You're going to see more of this. Watch. I said through the Holy Spirit that people are going to start disappearing on the broadcasts. Well, they're entertainers, you know, like Rob Skeeb is an entertainer. But I said people will start, you know, they'll just completely disappear and never broadcast again. Like Nicholson 68 or 69 or whatever. Will you be quiet, little meeps? Just up and stopped broadcasting, and he started talking about this stuff in like 2012, like way before. I'm not saying there weren't some woke people, but he kind of knew, you know, sometimes these people know a little bit too much. You know what I mean? I'm trying to grab my cat. Sometimes these people know a little bit too much. Spy Kitten TV. That girl, listen, she's a good-looking girl. She's definitely making money on her YouTube channel talking about stuff that we're talking about, okay? Early on. Stays with it. And then, boom, like a year or two ago, you know, she's got like 300 subscribers, 300,000 subscribers, okay? And, you know, other outlets to make money. Well, one day she just disappears. And now she's reading people's palms and doing psychic Zoom calls and stuff like that. You know, and, you know, it's because she was doing that before she took a turn and did their disinformation Joe Rogan impersonation, you know, or they'll pull a Rob Skiba, you know, and go, you know, hang gliding and, you know, never find the wreckage or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, because they're pulling them out of the game, you know. Charles MacArthur, you can get saved and get the mark of the beast. Cuckoo, cuckoo. You know what I mean? People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear that. My mom didn't want to hear that. You know what I mean? My mom didn't want. Sorry about that. It was crazy. My mom didn't want to hear that. Oh, Charles MacArthur. Look at him, because he looks harmless. You know, like an old, you know, decrepit crypt keeping. He looked like one of the Muppet guys that would sit up in the balcony for you old timers when the Muppet Show used to be like Saturday Night Live. Anyways, I've gone on way too long, and you guys haven't even paid me yet. When are you guys going to pay me to tell the truth? Like Shaking My Head. Listen, Shaking My Head Productions, the guy's got great information, okay? But he's missing some real vital information, okay? Number one, still calling Yeshua Jesus. Oh, well, Yeshua Jesus saves. No, there is no. Let's make it clear, okay? Let's make it clear, all right? There is no, you know, like Tom Cruise, but Leroy Tom Cruise. You know what I mean? Like, it's Jesus. Don't, you're putting that on there either because you're involved or you're not saved or you're unsure or both. I don't know. But then you talk about he doesn't even interact with any of his, he probably calls them fans because he's a freaking nut. But, he's made the same video over and over and over and over for 4 years. Then he talks about, oh yeah, God told me to quit my job in the corporate section and whatever that's just fancy word for working at Subway. And then, you know, so I do this full time, so every donation or every little bit helps. Like I said this before because I'm a genius. No, it's not me. If I had a channel and I needed money and, you know, whatever, the Holy Spirit would be telling you to, hey man, reach out to this person because, you know, behind the scenes there's stuff going on. I don't need to tell you people on here that I'm struggling or whatever. I got 400 cats and I live in a trailer and I'm addicted to ice cream. Obviously, I need your money, you know, and I ride a bicycle. You know, how many tires do you think just blow up when I sit on the bike? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You don't need to. If you have a relationship with the Holy Spirit, you don't need to ask for money because God will provide. I mean, Yahuwah, is it Yeshua, Joshua, Yahweh, Yahoo, whatever his name is today? Baal, he'll provide for you. You don't need to, you know, do a GoFundMe or whatever. That's where you get either you have other motives or, you know, you're not walking with the Holy Spirit. God didn't tell you to quit your job. You wanted to quit your job, okay, because you want to play video games all day or do whatever you do. He doesn't interact with any of his... there's a big listen. I don't care how many people you have on here. You can go through and, you know, answer a couple. I mean, how busy are you? You quit your job. This is your job, customer service, right? I'm just saying. So he's not even involved in that. You know, there's tons of people like that. You know, my friend posted something by Enter the Stars. You know, I've got it in my notes, but and I'm not saying that, you know, my friends, you know, like, oh, no hope for him anymore, you know, he's going to get the mark. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, though, that there's people out there that you might not catch them. You might not have caught what they said. You might not he tried saying that when Saul or whoever had scales on his eyes, he tried saying that he was reptilian. That Saul, the apostle, or Paul, whatever, was reptilian, and the scales were scales. Like, you know, like a dinosaur scale. Come on, dude. That's just a small thing of what he, you know, here we go. You know, people are going to go, oh, you do the thing. That's just a small kind of, like, that's a real not major thing that he's done. He's done a couple other things where he tried to say that, like, Noah was glowing in the dark when he was born, and he could see and he could talk when he came right out of the womb, and he had white, furry, glowing hair all over his body. Yeah, you know where that comes from? The Torah. Okay, yeah, Noah had laser beam eyes. Yeah, the word laser existed back then. And like I was telling my friend Shay, there's no supernatural changes to the Torah. Why not? Because there doesn't need to be. If you're following that, the enemy's got you right where he needs you. You're doing a big shalom crossword puzzle. So anyways, send me on. And yeah, Rob Skiba, invest in Bitcoin. Hello, it says 666 on the coin. I'm just telling you, listen, I can read and write on a 3rd grade level. I barely passed my driver's license test. It's amazing that I don't even wear shoes with shoestrings. I use the Velcro. That's how slow I am. And if I'm telling you this stuff, I'm just saying, guys, test all things, okay? And test to see if your PayPal thing's working, and send me a bunch of money. What are you waiting for? Do you want to go to heaven or not? Come on.